Hey guys, this is Matt with another Minecraft video. I'm playing Minecraft Factions on mnb.net, and I'm doing a video here to reveal some things I've discovered on the server, as well as do a test and to see how much money I can make in 10 minutes. So this is going to be all about finances, making the monies, that sort of thing. So to start off with, here I am in my base, and you can see that there's just tons of trees. I've set up a tree farm of sorts here, and I want to tell you why I'm doing this. Why on earth would you have a tree farm and with jungle trees and birch and all that kind of stuff in the middle of a base that goes all the way up to sky limit, things like that? Well, I'm going to show you something, which is Baltop. So Baltop is a list of the top balances on the server, and as you can see, Darth Dummy and Claudio both have extremely high balances, 1.3 million here, 1.14 million there. They're doing pretty well. And I'm totally jealous, and so I thought, what is it that they're doing possibly that could explain this? And as I was exploring the various statistics in MCMMO, I noticed that in woodcutting, here they are, you can see that Darth Dummy and Claudio just have amazing woodcutting statistics. So they're clearly making money through chopping wood. And so I thought I would explore that. So when I saw that, I said, "What? But you can't even sell wood." And so I was like, maybe they're selling saplings or things like that. And then as I explored the server a bit more, I realized I'd overlooked something that's absolutely totally critical. And I'm going to show it to you right now, which is there is actually the ability to sell wood on the server. Now I'd seen this in Spawn. Here I am in Spawn. And I'd seen this little area of a market here, and I thought they were just selling and buying saplings. But of course they're not. These are actual logs. And so this is just something that I'd overlooked. And you can see here log, etc. So what's important here is that you can sell logs, a stack, for 100 each, unless you're selling birch, which is 120, or acacia, which is also 120. So this is how these guys are making tons of money, is by probably using the tree feller ability of wood cutting and combining that with large farms and things like that. Maybe they're using some machines in order to make tons and tons of money. So I'm totally jealous, and I thought I would compare, or at least get a baseline for how much money I'm able to make using my sugarcane farm. Now, clearly, it's nowhere near as much as they're able to make because I'm only on Baltop 2, and here I am, 15th position, with 245,000 exactly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 10 minutes and I'm going to blast through this sugarcane farm as far as I can and make as much money as I can and see how much can be made in 10 minutes. So what I'm doing is I've got an off-camera timer that I'm setting up, and we'll see if this we'll see how this works. And I may fast forward if things get monotonous, but otherwise I'm just going to chat a little bit and talk to you about the game and why I'm enjoying it and about making money like that. So I'm going to start off with, oh yeah, I want to go ahead and, things I'm going to do is I'm going to drink a potion of swiftness, and I'm also going to be using a hoe here in order to activate my green Terra ability, which allows me to get triple drops on things. And before I start off, I'll also show you my herbalism skill, which is fairly high. You can see I'm level 793, and in fact, I have a, let's see, what's my double drop chance? It's 40% roughly, and my green Terra ability lasts 17 seconds. So for 17 seconds after I right-click this hoe and then start harvesting, I will have the ability to get triple drops. So that's important. That will allow me to fill my inventory more quickly with this sugarcane. So here we go. I'm starting the timer, and off we go. Oh, I also wanted to drink this potion of swiftness, so I'm drinking it now. And let's right-click, ready my hoe, and off we go. So in terms of making money using sugarcane, things like that, there's a couple factors to consider. And hopefully I don't get lagged out here right now. I'm seeing a bit of lag. As you can see, some of that isn't dropping quickly. This is the Thanksgiving weekend that I'm playing on right now for those of you who are in the United States. And the server seems pretty full. So there's probably quite a bit of activity going on here. And I'm just going to race through here and fill my, looks like green Terra is worn off. I'm going to fill my inventory with as much sugarcane as quickly as I possibly can. And so talking about the factors that are involved here. So the first factor is how many cane plants I can actually harvest, right? So, and that really comes down to, with this harvesting method, how fast I can go. So that's where the potion of swiftness helps me run a bit faster. I could use a swiftness 2 potion if I wanted to, but I'm just going to use the extended swiftness for the full 8-minute period. So I could probably go a little bit faster with the swiftness 2. I'm not sure why there's that bare spot there. Every once in a while I notice that I see bare spots, like where the sugar cane has just popped out itself. It may have something to do with the water that I'm using here, if there's glitches or things like that. Minecraft's a glitchy game, so you just kind of learn to live with that. So I'm trying to interact with as many of these sugarcane plants as I possibly can, and I'm also want to get as many drops as I can per plant. And so the way to get as many drops per plant is to have a high herbalism skill and to also use green terra. So that herbalism skills we saw gives me a 40% chance for each time I break to double up the number of sugarcane that I'm harvesting. And let's see, I'm getting about half of my inventory full right now. So we're just going to race through here. So that herbalism skill is helping me, and then the green terra allows me to get even more with triple drops on occasion. And so by combining swiftness in order for me to harvest more plants or as many plants as possible with a high herbalism skill, which I naturally get better and better at this anyway as I do this, and with green terra, it allows me to hopefully fill my inventory quickly and all that sort of thing. So I'm looking at my food and I'm running low on food, so I'm going to take a moment for a quick bite here and then continue at it. Now my time is coming down here. It looks like my herbalism's up to 796. My green terra will be available in about a minute and 30 seconds, minute 40 seconds. So there's that cooldown period before I'll be able to use it again. And so I'm just going to keep going here and see how much sugarcane I can get as quickly as possible. Looks like I'm there. So now I'm going to, let's not have caps on here. I got to get my caps off. Stop it. Warp market. All right. So warp market is going to take me to, I'll get rid of this right here so that next time I won't have I'll have an extra slot here. So cruising over here to warp market, you can see that I'm going to be able to sell. What just happened? What just happened? I had some lag and I'm all cattywampus now. So let's see where I am. And I'm on the wrong side. That was weird. Lag. You win again. So here we are. So going over here, I'm going to be able to sell sugarcane here for 40 for half a stack. And I'm just holding down the right mouse button now to sell this as quickly as I can. And so it's now leaving my inventory, and we'll see how this goes. So I don't know exactly how much I get for a full inventory. This was essentially a full inventory. I guess I could have had one more slot, so I could have had another 80 beyond what I'm going to make right here. And so far it's been almost 4 minutes. Okay, I'm going to head back to the home that I've set. And while we do that, I'm going to check my balance. I'm currently 247,640. So about 2,640 is what I made right there. And off we go. I'm running over here, picking up the last bits of the. Let's see if I can do. Oh, I can't yet use green terra. I can do it again in 15 seconds. So in 15 seconds, I'll be able to have triple drops once again. And what I'll probably do is I'll probably try to finish off this level and then start the next level. Because I have 5 levels of sugarcane that all look like this. So I can just keep doing this for days if need be. But I really want to see how much I can make each hour. And if I can make a good amount in an hour, then that gives me kind of a sense as to how much Darth Dummy and Claudio and those guys that are doing woodcutting abilities are. Here we go. Green Terror is now activated. So, but I'm not gonna do an hour right here. Obviously, that would be totally lame. But what I can do is I'm going to do 10 minutes right now and see what that comes out to, and then we can extrapolate from there how much we could do in an hour and so on and so forth. But I think this is going to, I'd love to be able to do, if I could do 10,000 an hour, that would be fantastic. And there may be other things out there other ways I could harvest this, again, using a Swiftness 2 potions might allow me to harvest more quickly. I could use a different harvesting technique where instead of just running through the cane like I'm doing right here, instead I sweep from the side. And that was kind of weird, a little bit of lag there. Another little bare spot. I'm not really sure how to deal with those. If any of you watching this know the cause behind those types of things, let me know. I'd love to be able to make this a little bit better, a little more efficient, all that kind of stuff. Because really making money is, I guess it's kind of fun to be at the top of the balance list or whatever. But for me, it's really about having, spending as little time as possible to get as much money as possible, at which point we can then spend that money on interesting things like creeper eggs and on stuff that we can then use in raids, buying base locations if you don't want to scout, all that kind of stuff. So money is basically just an enabler where it allows you to do things that you might find to be more interesting in the game than just running back and forth while harvesting stuff. So that's my perspective anyway. Okay, so we're about 6 minutes into this 10-minute view. We're almost ready for another trip to market. So if each trip to market gives us about 2,700, so I'm not going to be able to get to 10,000 in 10 minutes. It doesn't look like. I'll be able to do about maybe 7,000 if I can make a third trip. Then that would be about uh, 7,000 because I'm making about 2,500 per trip, and I'm getting close to the point where I won't have um, uh, food left. So, oops, got offline from my. I gotta pay attention. Okay, so now I'm hungry. I'm gonna go ahead and do my warp to. I don't know why I keep getting capitals. Okay, here we are. So while I'm warping, I'm gonna go ahead and eat some food, get my hunger back up. Looks like I picked up that silly what do you call it? Potion bottle. That's all right. So I'm a little bit suboptimal, but again, just a test. Now, what I'd love to do is I'd love to challenge Darth Dummy to produce a video using whatever techniques he and or Claudio are using, and see what kind of money they can make in a 10-minute period. And I'm guessing they'd be able to make tons more than me because they're smarter than me. But it'd still be kind of fun to see what the difference is, and what techniques they're using, what machines they may be using. I also have some. Uh, I've been testing the wood cutting skill, and wood cutting skill is interesting because you can harvest a full what do you call it, jungle giant in effectively one hit. And oops, I just went the wrong way. I just went down into our haha. In one hit. You can also harvest multiple jungle giants within just a few seconds time because of the um, ability for the tree feller ability, which is part of wood cutting, to last multiple seconds. So in the case of my tree feller ability, my wood cutting is currently around 250 or whatever, and so the tree feller ability lasts, I think, 5 or 6 seconds, something like that. And within that time period, I can usually make 4 swings with it. And so 4 swings allows me to basically harvest 4 jungle giants. Each jungle giant's about a stack and a half. Each stack is worth 100, so that's about 150 times 4. That makes $600 that you can make in 6 seconds. However, there's a cooldown associated with the. Like I'm done with this level. There's a cooldown associated with this, and so I can only do it once every 5 minutes because of that cooldown. So let's see how far we can get. I think I'm getting close to the end of my 10 minutes. And, I just made it to 800 in herbalism. That's kind of cool. And it looks like my Green Terra ability is ready to be activated. So I'm getting triple drops again. And I'm still getting quite a bit of lag here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I'm trying to run here, and it's just a little bit glitchy. My frame rates are fairly low. I was getting down to about 15 frames per second there for a minute. I can tell because I'm using Fraps, and Fraps has a little red number whenever I'm recording that shows me the frame rate. So I'm not sure if that's a server, if that's something going on my system or what. And oh, there was a nice little lag jump. Yay, lag jump. So we should be hearing the timer go off in the background in just a few minutes. And when it does, I'll go ahead and sell this last batch just wherever I'm at, just to kind of give a sense for how much money I've made. Oh, and there's the timer right there. Stopping. I'm going to go over to market. So we'll see what we can make in 10 minutes time, and plus a little bit more just for the actual selling here at the very, very end. But here we are, and let's see what we do. So if you guys recall, I started at 245,000 even. I made sure I had an even number just so it was easy to see how far I could go in a 10-minute time period. And I used a potion of swiftness, and I used my Green Terra ability, and we'll see how much we end up with at this point. And essentially an empty inventory. So right now my balance is 251,960. So that's just about 7,000, just under 7,000 made in a 10-minute period. So that's not too shabby. So 7,000 in a 10-minute period. If I were to do, let's say, 5 of those 10-minute periods each hour. In other words, I really have 6, but let's just for purposes here just say 5. That'd be about 35,000 an hour that I can make using sugarcane, which is not, it's not terrible, but it's not great. I'm guessing that these guys, Darth Dummy and Claudio, are doing quite a bit better than that. And I'm going to do a little quick test here to finish off this video and show you how this works with the jungle giants and the birch and so on. Now, birch are worth more than jungle giants, and so I've been experimenting with how many drops I can get uh, per use of the tree feller ability. And so what we have here is I have here a pattern of 16 birch trees, up to 16 if they're all grown. And 16 birch trees on average, they have about, I guess, between 5 and 7 logs per tree. So call it 6 per tree. So 6 times 16 is how many logs I'm going to get from each swing here. And you'll notice that they're all interconnected. I've spaced them such that they're all interconnected. And what that does is it means that all I have to do is I have to hit one block, and all of these trees should explode. And using the tree feller ability. Now the other option is I could actually activate tree feller here and go 1, 2, 3, and hit 3 jungle giants. Each one of these will produce a stack and a half of logs on average. But I'm going to go ahead and use the birch trees just to give a test and see how much money we can make from birch trees. So once again, my balance before this is we'll call it 252. I'm really close to that. And what I'll do is I'm going to activate tree feller. I'm going to go boom and see if I can't hit all 4 of these trees. That's why they're all spaced out this way before the tree feller ability is deactivated, and then collect it all and sell it all real quick and see how much money we can make using the wood cutting ability. So here I go. I'm right clicking, readying my axe. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's see. It looks like one of these sets of trees was too large. There's a maximum number of trees, I should say, of blocks that can be broken by tree feller, and the default setting is 500. And I believe it includes both logs and leaves. So this particular one must have had some extra leaves or something like that. I may need to tweak this, and instead of having 16 trees, maybe I only have it allow 15 trees or something like that in order to reduce the number of total blocks that are being exploded, being broken by this ability. And you can see I've got 59 birch saplings. The tricky part about this, and I've got a particular pattern I want to follow as I replant this. The tricky thing about this is that we want the trees to be as close as possible, so there's as much wood as possible and as few leaves as possible. However, and that's for the reasons that we just saw, so that we can get as much wood without activating or without running up against the tree feller threshold, it's called, which is that maximum number of blocks that we can break per swing. But at the same time, we also want there to be enough leaves that there's enough saplings to replace what we're working with. So in this case, I need at least 16 saplings per set of trees in order to be able to replant, and that's I'm definitely getting that right now. As you can see, I broke a bunch of trees and pick that up, and so I have 14 saplings left over. So in my own estimate here, I can probably do something with maybe I can compact some of these trees together and have a little bit less leaf blocks, because I've got plenty of leaf blocks. And a little bit more wood. So maybe I'll just grow trees in this space, see if I can't get trees to grow all throughout this, and try to get less foliage. So I'm still testing this and seeing if I can come up with a system whereby I can just within a few seconds make tons and tons of money. So let's just see what we got here. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 3/4 stacks of logs there. If I'd successfully broken this, I would have had another stack and a half or something, but I failed there. So I'm just going to go to Warp Wood and sell this. Actually, what I always do is, because you sell in stacks, I always take and bring an even number of stacks. So this I'm cheating a little bit right here in my test. But going to Warp Wood, I'm going to get 120 per stack, and there's 5 stacks here, so that's not bad. So here we are at Warp Wood, and 120 times 5, that's $600 for a single swing. If I look at my wood cutting ability right here, you can see that my tree feller will reactivate in about a little bit more than 2 minutes. And whenever I use the tree feller ability, I make levels. Looks like I've already lost where they were, but I'm up to level 247. And so as I keep using this, I should be getting more and more time to use the tree feller ability, and thus I'll be able to hit it more and more times. So maybe there's another configuration of trees whereby I can get, instead of just 4 sets of trees, maybe I can find a way to get 5 or 6 or something like that. The other part of this is that there are double drops potentially on this server. Now, in speaking with some of the staff on this, at least some of the double drops have been disabled, and they do so for there's some exploits that can be done that I'm not going to go into in this video or in any future video that are effectively cheats when it comes to using MCMMO double drops. And but I have noticed that the double drops are enabled for herbalism, and I don't know. I haven't actually tested to see if they're enabled for woodcutting. But if they are enabled for woodcutting, then each chop should allow there to be more. Right now, I've got a 12.35% chance of double drops, and so it should mean that there's more and more wood logs that are actually produced for every time that I use tree feller. So this is kind of an accelerating skill where the more I use it, the better it'll get. So anyway, that's it, guys. This is just a video to give a sense for some of the financial systems that are being used on mnb.net in order to maximize money. And the server is very interesting because I can't do what I would normally do on a server like this because there's no hoppers. You can craft hoppers, but you can't place them. And without being able to place hoppers, there's no way that I know of to get items from from the environment or whatever into a chest. You can use water to collect them and things like that, but you ultimately can't get them into a chest without a hopper. And because of that, it essentially prevents the use of, I could have a massive cactus farm here that I would just pop into and collect cactus and sell it and pop back and forth and just make tons of money that way. But that's not possible on MNB.net. So you have to be more creative and find other ways to make money. And that's what I'm doing, just experimenting with the different types of trees and different types of economic systems. And I thought I'd share my experiments with you. I hope that Darth Dummy sees this video and that maybe he talked to me a few days ago about possibly on Christmas Day as a present to the folks that are playing on the server, revealing how he's making his money. I think that'd be fun. I would suggest don't put out a tutorial. Give us something to work for, but maybe just give some hints or some clues or show how you're making money. And if there's a machine or something involved, let us figure out how to make that machine, just because that's what Minecraft's all about, right? And but I still think it'd be cool to compare the different economic systems on the server and figure out how people are succeeding. So that's it. Thanks everybody for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Mo money, mo problems. Not really mo money, mo TNT, creeper eggs, all that kind of stuff. So good stuff. Thanks everybody. Bye bye.